Check 1, 2. How now, brown cow? How now, brown cow? How now, brown cow? Video quality looks pretty good. Not bad. How now, brown cow? Hello, Nathan. 5x5. Oh, snack, baby. Man, I haven't launched an oh snack emote in a long time. Wonder if I can. I got this chat client I'm learning. I think if I type on this one, it goes to both Twitch and YouTube. Padres fan, good morning. But I don't think, I'm assuming that Padres fan, you do not see Nathan Burton in the chat. Vice versa. It's been a little while since I did a restream. In just a little bit, we're going to be taking a FSEconomy Desert Fox. Good morning. We're taking a FSEconomy flight in a Cessna 172 just to dust off the dust from my FSEconomy situation. I'm hoping the client works. I'm hoping that the fuel cooperates. Only doing a 54-mile flight. The stream notification got me excited for playing radio again. Yeah, I might boot up the radio on a stream today. I hope conditions are better than yesterday. I think, and then there's a little bit of a rumor that maybe Star Citizen tonight, which I haven't done in a long time, so I guess there's a possibility I could do radio toward the end of this stream, but maybe later. Maybe. Also watching golf on the side. What are you doing this fine Sunday morning? Adams, Apple tech support, P3D 68%. Love it. One thing I don't have up is my event viewer up. Should we see if we can get that going? Bear with me as I remind myself how to add the event viewer. All right, we're gonna go to we got the chat box, the alert box. Maybe it's under. No, it's not under the widgets. Ah, event list. There it is. All right, we'll copy that URL and we'll take it over to the streaming software. We'll do browser capture. And we'll call this events. Just in case I missed something, I'd like to have that up there. Events. Yeah, maybe up there in the corner. that. Monkey power. Yeah, no, I mean, when you say test flight, I'm doing a FS economy flight. So I've got in the economy game, FS economy, I have picked up 3 passengers, and we're flying them from Dugway to Salt Lake. So Desert Fox says we've got a heat index of 105 out here, but today I wanted to activate a park, so maybe it's time to grab a beach umbrella from Walmart. What radio and antenna are you going to potentially activate a park with? The other day, believe it or not, I activated a park with an iPhone and a Elecraft KX3 using FT8. That's crazy. You're building a chicken coop over here in hot and humid state of Florida. Nathan, I'm glad to hear that the farm is still going well, it sounds like. Expanding. Hope the cows are well. It's me, Brad, 2 days in a row. I know, it's crazy. D-Monies, it does. D-Monies is on YouTube this time. Coming over from the YouTubes. All right, I'll just try to remind myself how to fly a plane here. I did install the A2A, is it the A2A Comanche? I've got that installed, so I could also do some flying in that if all goes well. Let's see, let's turn on the battery. You moved, you switched. Yeah, so, a friend of mine was going to join yesterday, and he was waiting for me to because he heard I was going to start a live stream, and he was over on YouTube waiting for me to start. And then after I ended that stream, I said, "Oh, that was a fun stream." And he says, I never even saw you live." I said, "Oh, oops. I was not streaming on both." More cows, more chickens. Very nice. I'll be in Sanford this winter, but that's a little bit of a distance from you. Okay, let's turn on avionics. Hit the enter there. See if my camera controls are working to some degree. Go both on the tank. We'll do. There's fuel pump. Full mixture. Ooh, I do wonder if I have my... Oh, yep, I don't have my stuff removed here. So let's go around the plane. Remove before flight. Pitot cover. We got your tubes up front. And we got your chocks. Oh man, I remember the glory days of the glory days of Snack Air and getting a nice Snack Air livery. It's crazy. All right. Let's see if we can turn this over. But before I do, I'm going to do a quick spot check of the offspring. Just 1 second, and I'll be right back. Okay. We are good to go. Parking brake. On. Let's see what happens here. You have an FT891. That's a great radio. 20 amp hour. Is it Bio-NO probably? Laptop. Nice. Oh, a JanSport. I can picture this whole kit. So what's what's the antenna? Oh, it's 25-foot whip, elevated radials. Okay. Yep, I like it. I've been using a lot of end-fed halfways lately, but I've also been using that little Tar Heel Designs screwdriver antenna on my vehicle, which has been kind of nice. I was also thinking about getting that Chameleon or the Chelegans or the JS12 or the Radioddity vertical with the little stake that goes in the ground. All right, I'm gonna turn on my alternator. I'm gonna turn on my nav light, my taxi light. Oh, I can turn the fuel pump off for the moment. One thing that sucks is I can't. My heading is not working. All right. Let's see if we can do a little taxi out. All right, there we go. Avoid the fuel truck. The Radioddity one is the HF009. Yes, exactly. And it wasn't that expensive, right? It's the kind of thing where if you find yourself in a spot where you can drive that stake into the ground, or you can get a tripod and little guys or something, but yeah. All right. Gonna do our taxi out here. We're in the middle of the desert in Dugway, Utah. I might try to fly old school way. I guess I should get the Navigraph charts up and going. Iowa Scotsman Ron, good day, sir. Happy Sunday. Thanks for renewing the Fantasy Football League. Oh, I wonder if I can get to the runway this way. Maybe not. This is where we break out our Navigraph charts and get ourselves familiar with the situation. Alright, bear with me as I break out the charts. What was the tail number of that plane at Oshkosh this year? Yep. Interesting. There is a runway over there. Alright, so that is the parking brake there. Okay. I'm gonna go across the field here. Very unconventional. I know. Well, that looks a little bit rocky though. It's weird how this place. Alright, we'll go this way. The Navigraph charts is not showing any sort of easy way to get over there, so I think we will explore a little bit. I could do a drone view, I guess. Flew a horrifying Fisk arrival and then took off from the taxiway. Oh, I didn't hear about that actually. My friend did go to Oshkosh this year, and he sent me a picture of a bunch of people, and right in the middle of it was Max. I'm like, is that Max? He's like, sure is. Apparently he's bringing me back a hat. I think I did find the way to the runway. Yeah, hard to miss, exactly. I saw him streaming last month. Or no, I actually didn't catch the stream, but I got the email. Alright, so what, anyone here doing any GA in FS 2024? And if so, what planes are you utilizing? Oh, or if not non-GA as well, if you're, is anyone flying in the sim these days? Yeah, 5 Mike Whiskey. I need to find that song. I got that song that Into the Blue that's got that ATC verbiage on it. It's awesome. John DFW, good morning. You recommend the Aerostar. Okay. Well, that's good to know. Alright, we're taxiing into position. We're going to take off. Oh, that was a little hard on the emergency brake. Alright, let's see if we can remind ourselves how to do a direct. I kind of feel like doing some VOR stuff as well. I guess I could do nearest probably, and it would have been quicker, huh? Alright, Salt Lake City is there. I'm going to set the altimeter. Good 299 Ah, thank you, Desert Fox. It's like the good old days. Okay, yeah, we just started the FSEconomy flight. Looks like a Windows reinstall forthcoming this week while on vacation. 11's working pretty well for me. You're flying the Chancellor 414. Okay, that's good to know. You never stop flying the DC-3 and the DC-6. Not going to get into those yet, if ever. I have my fill of the DC-3 in X-Plane. I think it's going to be hard to beat that DC-3 in X-Plane, but maybe not. Alright, let's just light this candle. Is it started? Can't tell. Yeah, it looks like we're started. Okay. Oh, and by the way, FSEconomy has a whole new interface. I don't know if you guys saw it. But here on FSEconomy, it's again, we're flying KDPG to KSLC, 56 nautical miles, carrying 3 passengers. You can calculate your fuel load that's required for the 3 passengers. It's kind of nice. But when you go to airports, this is the interface I've never used before. You got Sky Vector links. That's kind of cool. In fact, that's really kind of cool. Sky Vector links right to the airport information. Wow. You get the old page link. You get the great circle. And then you just toggle your jobs that you want and add them to your flight. And then here's your rental of your aircraft. So a little bit of a modification. For those that missed it yesterday, we did sell Albuquerque. The Albuquerque airport was sold for a gigantic amount, a whole $1, to Richard Train, who joined the stream yesterday. You're still having fun in X-Plane 12? Yeah, I haven't been in X-Plane 12 in a long time. In fact, it's not even installed. It's hard just to deal without the scenery, right? The DC-3 and FS 2024, you use DuckWorks mod. Top tier airplane gaming experiences in PMDG's DC-6. Okay, so DC-3 with DuckWorks. I might just look at it, even though I said maybe never. The new interface is taking some time getting used to. Yeah, for sure. X-Plane still your main sim, Ron? Faithful, loyal. I like it. They somehow changed it. Yeah. I really think that they could someone could come in and just really gamify the heck out of it. Modernize it. Just, some guy wins the lottery or stock option lottery, or just has $1 billion sitting around. He wants to throw, $2 million into developing a game. Be kind of cool. All right. Here we go. Forgot how to fly. It's dependable. Yeah, it's true. Are you running any ortho, though? Man, I remember the days of burning ortho. The hard disks that necessary. Okay, I've got some flaps. Stay center line. 40 knots. 50 knots. Ooh, a little bit of P factor. Rotation. IBM workstation. There's a little bit of wind here. Off the runway. Yeah, a little bit of wind.
Don't sink.
Yeah, got way too slow there. Instructor's not happy. Maverick 323.
Don't sink.
Oh, there we go. 70 knots and climbing. For X-Plane scenery, I think the X-America, X-Europe sim heaven overlays get to a nice place. Yeah. Yeah, I remember those add-ons. They've probably gotten better over the years. Okay. Whoa, windy. I'm gonna toggle I'm gonna go into heading mode for a moment. Actually, I take it back. I'm gonna go into nav mode. And then I'm going to go into, I'm going to change my altitude and go nose up. It's interesting. It's not. There we go. Alright, we'll go up at 400 feet per minute. Actually, better increase that. 500 feet per minute. I have the vertical sim ortho throughout the US and sim heaven and map. So, man, these old terms I remember so well. Alright, Desert Fox, enjoy the brew. I'm having some myself. Can I clear that mountain? Maybe. Maybe we'll go up 700 feet per minute. And we'll lean a little bit. Getting a little bit slow. Go back down to 500 feet per minute. I'm actually gonna not be. I'm probably not gonna fly over the top of that mountain. Well, I guess we'll see. Maverick, things are going well. Yep. Yeah, I've been doing just the regular ham radio stuff on the side. Haven't streamed much in the last couple years, but kids have grown up. My latest hobby is bourbon hunting / collecting. A little golf watching and real world golf. Had a great driver into the fairway the other couple days ago, and then a 3-wood on a par 5. I hit the green in 2. Had a putt for eagle. 9 feet. Missed it. And this is not Tiger Woods. This is real life, baby. But I missed it. Tap in birdie, though. What's new with you? I wonder if I should shoot the ILS. No, probably not. All right, we're gonna change our $10,000 on the altitude. We might be able to clear that mountain. Come to think of it, that is a POTA park right there in front of me. Two of them, actually. Got 45 miles to Salt Lake City International Airport. Here's our Navograph charts. We're right here. Could change this. Could do some tracking of the Wasatch VOR. Eyes on the sky. It is a John Fly stream. They're rare. They're rare now. Like eagle rare. How are you doing? Did anyone go to FS Expo? I did not. Saw a couple videos. Looks like there's some good product out there being showcased. Alright, we're at 88. We're slowing down, so we better lower our vertical speed. Do not want to stall. Getting ready for work here. Any exciting work tasks on the agenda for today? Get a little mushy, so I will see if we can lean. Raising the engine gas temperature. We're really able to go pretty far on that lean. There's 10,000 feet. And we're not going to quite make it. So I think I will go into heading mode. And I'm going to make a slight turn here to the north. Just playing airport and trying to make things run as smoothly as they can. There you go. You haven't been since Orlando? Man. Hey, T-Storm. You'll be going to next year's expo for sure. Where have they announced the location for next year's? Ron? Oh, Minneapolis. Okay. Well, that would be a direct flight for me. That's an interesting choice. The VATSIM people will like that. I remember getting stuck in Orlando that thunderstorm. I remember live streaming, live streaming from the airport. Does anyone remember what I did on that live stream for 1,000 JFM? I think we can just cut over the mountain up yonder. T-Storm, I'm doing well. Yeah, no complaints. Having a cup of coffee and reacquainting myself with flying and streaming. For those of you on YouTube, I'm talking to the people on Twitch. So if you see that I'm talking to someone and you don't see them in the chat, it's because they're over on Twitch channel, which is Johnfly over there. Alright, we'll make a slight turn. And we'll use the heading knob here. What's on your Sunday agenda today, T-Storm? Alright, we can scoot right through that gap. If I'm not mistaken, I believe that is Antelope Island up there. Nice. Can't be here for long, but I'm going to get breakfast and see the Fantastic Four. Okay. I saw the Fantastic Four today as a new kit for Fortnite. My Epic installer had to update, and then they had an advertisement for the Fantastic Four skins for Fortnite. Alright, we made our little opening. So we're going to fly right up yonder. And there we go. It's the Great Salt Lake. Antelope Island out that way. There's a couple cities here on this west side of the Salt Lake City Valley. There's an airport over here called Tooele. There's a golf course. There's a motor speedway. And this lake used to be a lot higher. We had a sailboat out here growing up. My dad purchased a sailboat. Mom and Dad did, and the marina is almost a dry dock. Got 33 miles to go. I'm trying to figure out what the official general aviation pattern would be from this direction into the Class Bravo Salt Lake City. You land on the east side of the airport. So I'm gonna have to refamiliarize myself with the pattern entries for GA for Salt Lake. In the sim, we'll probably just go straight in. We are doing, for those that joined a little bit later, we are doing FSEconomy. And we're carrying 3 passengers for, I don't know, like $2,000 something in the system. Reminds me of the days when they came out with that FSEconomy newsletter, and Snack Air was always trying to vie for the top spot in the group stats. That was a good time. I haven't been to Salt Lake City International since I was a kid, but I remember they were doing. Yeah, they are almost done. They're done with. I would say it's probably 80% done, and it's great. It's fantastic. There are some airlines where you do have to walk several miles to get to your gate, but there are some moving walkways, etc. But yeah, if you fly Delta, you don't have to walk as far, but if you fly the other airlines, sometimes you're walking pretty far. All right, I'm going to lower my altitude here. I'm going to change it to 6,500. We'll go vertical speed down. And we'll bring back the throttle. Yeah, I don't think it's well represented in the sim yet. But maybe there's been an update. When we land, we'll see. This is the city of Grantsville. I wouldn't mind having a little ranch out this way with a big ham radio antenna and a cow or two. Usually take Southwest down there for my connection into from Boise sometimes. Yeah, Southwest unfortunately is one of the ones where you have to walk pretty far in Salt Lake, but how are we doing on fuel? Okay. $24 miles to go. This is Interstate 80 right below me. Speaking of my hometown Boise Airport, we finally got Frontier Airlines back so passengers can fly to and from Boise to Denver. Very nice. I have not been to Boise in a long time, and I was born there and moved when I was 8. I wonder if my elementary is still there. They bragged about my elementary being underground back in the day. The first underground elementary. I do still own the Idaho Falls Airport and Sun Valley, Idaho Airport in FSEconomy. I think I traded Oak Oklahoma City for Sun Valley, which is, he got the better end of the deal on that, but I wanted the regional airport. It was called Amity. A-M-I-T-Y. I don't know if it's still. It was weird. It had obviously a ground level entrance, etc., but apparently it was, classrooms were underground. It was a really a modern shape too for its time. Do you think it's still here? Yeah. And my sister went to Bora High School. They recently broke ground on my local airport to start the conversion to a commercial airport, which will be Dallas' third airline not announced. Really? So it's gonna be yet another option. Wow. Wow. But not as big as, say, Love or the others, right? It's kind of like more of an executive type, or bigger. My company recently opened up a office in San Antonio, so I was able to go down to San Antonio recently and set up this new office from the IT perspective. I was real tempted to drive up to Waco and see Mr. D Money's, but I guess it was about a 3.5, 4 hour drive. Couldn't fit into the schedule. Voters voted it down, but city council's moving forward. Well, money talks. Fort Gates, you mean? Yeah. What place is this? Beautiful landscape. Pig. This is Salt Lake City. And I am just I'm going to land in Salt Lake City. These are the Ochre Mountains that are to the west of the Salt Lake City Valley. And the real beauty is over there in that range on the east, the Wasatch Mountains. But yeah. And we've got 15 miles to our destination here. It's just right up there. Me and my family were in San Antonio just last week. Wonderful place. I really enjoyed the city. I had some great food in San Antonio. And yeah, I really enjoyed it. It was a good time. I was able to I'll be going back there again. In fact, I'll probably be going there twice a year. We had a hangar collapse in Boise recently. I think one of the steel parts got misplaced, and that's what caused it. But we're building a new one now. Wow. All right, eyes. Enjoy the airport work today. Not sure when I'll stream again. If I do, it might have a radio on the screen. Have a good day. Thanks for joining today. Enjoy. I should do a quick check on harmonics. Right back, and we will do our landing here pretty soon. Right back. Maybe we'll fly over midfield. Do a very illegal fly over midfield. And then do a downwind approach. Off sked descent. Hello, sir. Snack air sightings in the gear brake dust out in the system. I've heard about those. I've heard about those sightings. Yeah, I was just asking the crowd here about what I wonder what the general aviation approach would be into Salt Lake City from the west. I highly doubt that you'd cross the field at, 1,500 feet above. I think there's a transition called the I-80 transition. There's an I-15, maybe I-15 transition. But you have to get over to the east side of for the GA runway. They say that if there was a large earthquake, that this body of water right here, tailings pond, it's a tailing pond, would flood this city right here, called Magna. That would be unfortunate. You never know. If not too busy, tower might let you do it. Maybe if you ask nicely. Yeah. I did do a midfield. This is a true story. I did do a midfield flyover of San Diego in the real world in a GA plane, and there was a Japan Airlines Super that was taxiing as we were flying over top of Lindbergh. And apparently it's one of those undocumented or unpublished general aviation procedures. Josh, wish he was around. He could tell me he could remind me the name. Maybe I'll just quickly Google it. Unpublished general GA procedure over KSAN. That's really private. It's funny how AI is picking up the Pilot Edge content. Anyway, I'll have to remember what it is. But I did it in the real world with Josh. It was pretty cool. Do a Top Gun flyby. Pattern is full. I knew what the name of it was. Anyway, it's pretty cool. Okay, we're going to make a right downwind. Hello, Max. On YouTube. It has been a while. How you doing? How did you get that name on YouTube too? That's a short one. That's not Citation Max. I see. I saw Top Gun, but not. You haven't seen Maverick yet, T-Storm? What? That's like having never seen E.T. Alright, so here we are flying over Salt Lake City International. Clearly out of the way of the majority of traffic. Downtown Salt Lake City over there. I think we will land from south actually. So yeah. The F1 film I did see, and I thought it was really good. And I haven't been to the theater much in the last few years. But I did see F1. And I saw Mission Impossible in the theater. Those are I think the only 2 movies I've seen this entire year. Just watch the original Cars movie for kids. Same story. There you go. Alright, we're at 55, come up to 5,500 on the elevation. Gonna be landing runway 35. Oh, I have the EFB over there. Cut my speed. They're extending my downwind. This URL not found. Joe. Hello, sir. Don. Holy snack lips. How you doing, sir? Wow, it's been a long time. 21 years. Of course I remember you and your brown lovely hair, your lovely locks. How did you find me? Alright, we're going to go off of autopilot. Oop, plane's not trimmed up. Remember going out with Dan? Didn't we get into some crazy fun with you, me, and Dan? Dang. Alright, I may have turned too soon, but a little bit of wind out there. You have a 182. Yes, please. All right. Whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. A little bit of wind. Turned a little bit too soon. And getting a little bit slow. We all got the grays going on down, don't we? Are you out of like Provo or Bountiful or the big SLC or West Jordan? A turbo. Oh baby. Joe, it's good to see you. Yes, family's doing well. I did not make a good base turn there because I got distracted by an old friend. All right, there we go. Pappies are not happy. There we go. A little bit of a crosswind here. You don't have to dox your location, by the way. New fuel sensors this month. You know, I'm trying to recall if I don't think I've been in a 182 since the since the late 70s, early 80s with my dad's 182. I've been in a lot of 172s, and I've been into a 206 even. But it's Haven't been in a 182s. I'm going way too fast. Okay, we're gonna go do a no flaps landing here because we've been asked by the tower to land long. It's windy. Hold it off. Okay, we've been told to extend our run here way here. You've taken it to Osh twice. That is so cool, dude. When did you get licensed and all that? I don't remember you doing that back in the day. And again, were you just randomly scrolling through YouTube? The majority of my audience here is over on Twitch. But so you see me talking to mostly Twitch over there, but all right. And do you do the sim? The sim. Oops, a little bit rough on our own. We're gonna have to break out our ATC system here soon, VATSIM, Pilot Edge or something. Get some real world, not real world, but a real person on the other end doing you did it in, oh, okay, I don't remember you being licensed back then. Why did I not realize that? How did I not realize that? Maybe I just forgot. Maybe I'm just old. I found you a couple years ago while looking for X-Plane links. Yeah, back in the day. All right, we did log the FSEconomy flight. I'll go over the money that we made on that flight in just a bit. I know this guy. Was it N-Cover? Is that the name of the company? Our passengers are having a limo pick them up right here. Ooh, a little rough on the brake. All right. All right, Don, good to see you. I'd love to go up in your 182. All right, we're going to look at the FSEconomy and look at the logs, flight logs. All right, we went from KDPG to KSLC, 57 miles, earnings $1,798. Rental 170, but we paid that back to ourselves because we own the airport or the airplane. Fuel 51.55, ground crew 219. Fun little go. And for the record, this is my 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7th flight of the year. Not a whole heck of a lot of flying. Oh, predictions came in at BTF. Okay, cool. I've flown out of Sky Park. Very cool. All right, we got 16 mil in the bank. Is there anyone in the chat on active in FSEconomy that wants $1 million right now? Just ask. Joe's like, I haven't been in FSEconomy since. I sold Albuquerque yesterday, Joe, for $1. This guy, Richard Train, was from Albuquerque, and he was in the stream yesterday. Well, I am going to see how the Coronado, sorry, not the Coronado, but the A2A Comanche, how that looks. So if I come over here, do a search for Comanche. Nothing. Oh, it's because I installed it. I installed it while the sim was running, so it's not going to show up. That's right. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I am out of here. Gonna go get some art supplies. I know it sounds crazy exciting. Thank you for joining today on YouTube and Twitch. And again, I may be on later. I think I'm gonna do Star Citizen tonight, but I might do some radio later. We'll see. So, ciao for now. And have a great rest of your Sunday. There's an event in SC. It's a mess right now. Well, my friend Jason is going to show me the new delivery. Apparently, there's a whole new delivery process. And I have not been in the verse for a long time. So it might be a refresher course. But maybe we'll catch you then. All right, take care, everyone. See ya. Yeah.